Canada-U.S. relations are under the spotlight these days, with President Donald Trump threatening 25% tariffs. And it's not the first time there have been tensions between the two countries. I'm here at Province House with head librarian David McDonald. So you've got a story that goes way back. Tell me a bit about that. And it involves eagles.
It involves eagles, that's right. The story is that during the Aroostook War, or the Pork and Beans War, as it's also called, it was a boundary dispute between New Brunswick and Maine, and they were fighting over forestry products. And basically, the United States took part of Maine. And the story is that one of the MLAs got really quite upset about this, and he looked around in the province house and he saw these eagles above the windows and above the doors.
And what did he do?
And he apparently took out his walking stick and whacked off their heads.
And this kind of was par for the course for this MLA. He was quite a character.
This MLA was quite the character. He has been called by the Venerable Joseph Howe one of the most wittiest men he's ever met. And he was also a member of the first Executive Council in Nova Scotia in 1848 under responsible government. So his name was Lawrence O'Connor Doyle. That's one story.
And there's another involving another
There's
Doyle.
another story involving another Doyle that we just recently found out. Actually, it was the House of Assembly Management operations manager who found this story. And it involves Lieutenant Governor Charles Hastings Doyle. And he was Lieutenant Governor during from 1867 to 1873. And he was also a military man, and he fought and defended Canada against the Fenian invasions in what is now Ontario. And he apparently came into these rooms and he saw the eagles up there and said, "What are these eagles doing, American eagles doing in Her Majesty's house?" And that he apparently took his sword and beheaded them, and then said, they are harmless now.
Either way, the eagles are headless.
Either way, they're headless. And yeah, we've even wondered if they're eagles or falcons. Some people have said doves. I've even heard phoenixes. I'm believing that they are eagles now based on the Roman eagle.
Now, what do tourists say when they come in here? I guess particularly American tourists.
It's one of the favored stories. It's part of the folklore of Province House, and this recent discovery makes it even more intriguing because I'm still trying to find concrete proof. It's not hearsay that either one of these Doyles was responsible for the vandalism.
You see any parallels to what's going on today?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I'm not going to go off and lop the heads off of the American eagles. But,
no, because there's still some left, right?
There's still some left, yeah. Yep, there are. There's still some left on with the ones that he couldn't reach that are on the window surrounds.
Right. Well, you've been librarian here for more than 20 years, right?
I started with the Legislative Library in 2003, became the Legislative Librarian in 2015.
Talk about the amount of history. Like, this is not a huge building compared to other legislatures, but there's a lot of history in here.
Oh, there's tons of history in here. This is the oldest legislative building in Canada. It's also the seat of the oldest legislature, and it's back in 1758, obviously not in this building. And the library itself is the site of Joseph Howe's famous trial for libel in 1835, where he defended a letter that he published criticizing the magistrates of the city of Halifax. And he defended himself, spoke for 6¼ hours, and despite the judge telling him telling the jury to find him guilty, the jury acquitted him, and he spoke for 6¼ The jury deliberated for 12 minutes. So, and there's all kinds of other interesting things in this building.
And for folks who want to see the history firsthand, they can come down for a free tour, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're open every day. I believe the opening hours are now 9 to 4 o'clock. So, and when the House is sitting, obviously we're here.
Yeah. Well, thanks for walking us through a bit of history. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It was fun.